All right, all right, all right, everybody. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Zach Johnson, welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad to see you. Thank you for being a loyal Gold Beast member and a loyal moderator to the channel. What's going on, Niels Hahn? Glad to see you here, my friend. Hey, Ren Stocks, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? How are you? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Whew. It has been a little while since I've been on. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It has been a little while, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to see all of y'all here today. Glad y'all are able to join us. All right, live stream's looking good, sounding good. Everything is going good in the world of the Platinum Beast. Go ahead and add some palladium in there for effect. And we're looking good. Good. Been rocking my chainmail or channel. Rocking your channel. Man. That's cool, Ren Stocks. That's cool. I commented on one of your recent videos. Hey, Christopher Reed. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it, my friend. Glad to see you here today. All right. Let's get a poll started, shall we? What should we do? What should we do? I know. I'm going to get a poll here started for y'all. All right. Picked up 2 1-ounce random Platinum Eagles from Monument today. Very nice, Christopher Reed. I bet you're excited to see what Monument ends up sending you. Sure, it'll be real nice. Hopefully you get some good dates in there, although they usually only send, higher managed dates. But every once in a blue moon, somebody will get lucky, and they'll get a pretty decent date. So I hope that for you, my friend. Maybe you'll get like a 2020 or something. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, congratulations on that pickup, Christopher Reed. Those Platinum Eagles will serve you well, my friend. They sure will. Let's see. You saw my silver chain, right? Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Yep, that's the video I commented on, Ren Stocks. That's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. And a lot of people don't like jewelry because the premium it has on it, but I tell you what, it's better than a lot of stuff people could spend their money on. That's for daggum sure. The thing about it is a lot of people even buy plated jewelry, which is an outright waste of money. You got a stainless steel chain plated in gold, you basically just blew all your money. But if you have at least a little bit of precious metal in there, there's a potential for that metal to increase in value, ultimately eliminating your premium, albeit a good long while or longer than most bullion you could buy, but still pretty solid asset investment. The amount of people that bought gold jewelry, even 10, 14K, 10, 15 years ago, they've made money on that purchase. So even though it's jewelry, it's not necessarily not an investment. It's just you got to look at it a little bit differently and not put all your money into just that. I mean, you can, and you still maybe might make a little bit, but you won't make nearly as much as you would have. But yeah. Chains are really fun as well. Yeah, they are. I've been wanting to get a platinum chain from Mean, but I haven't yet. Let's see here. Let's look at the poll. 67% says the election will not impact precious metals. I kind of can agree a little bit with that. I ain't gonna lie. Some people say it'll go up regardless. Nobody thinks it'll go down regardless. And then some people think it depends on who wins. But the majority, it looks like, says it won't. We only got 6 votes so far, so we'll be keeping up with that as the live stream continues on. That is for sure. That is for sure. But how's everybody doing out there? Is anybody, I don't know where each and every one of y'all live necessarily, but is anybody dealing with hurricane fallout? My heart goes out to all y'all that are, because I know it must not have been easy, especially if you're up in Asheville. I got some family up there in Asheville. I got some family out in the South Carolina where it got hit pretty bad. And man, I tell you what, really kind of weighs heavy on you, especially living in Atlanta when it was supposed to hit us and then it goes to them. It's like, man, I don't know if I'm happy that it missed us, but then upset a little bit that it hit family members. But if it would have hit Atlanta, I think it would have been a way worse scenario. We got the busiest airport in the world. If that hurricane knocked that thing out, that would have been not good at all. So praise God for that. For sure, for sure. Treaties and trade agreements are the future charts. Okay, Niels Hahn, I can get behind you on that. What's going on, Shadow Work? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it, my friend. Glad to see you here today. Thank you for being a loyal Gold Beast member, and thank you for being a loyal moderator of the channel. I do greatly appreciate that. Very, very much. So thank you, my friend. I wouldn't be here without y'all. You and Zach Johnson especially. For all y'all have contributed to my channel. Can't thank you enough. Cannot thank y'all enough. That is for sure. The stack is looking nice. Oh, thank you, Shadow Work. Thank you very much. Platinum Beast, you hear about Clean Air Metals? No, tell me about it, Niels Hahn. What's Clean Air Metals? Is that a movement to increase the use of platinum to control emissions? I assume from just the name of the company. Yes, you would be here just by yourself. Well, I reckon that's true, Niels Hahn. I reckon that's true. Hey, what's going on, Silver Boy Blues? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it, my friend. Glad to see you here today. Hope you're doing well wherever you may be. And I hope all is good with you, my friend. All right. Stacking looking nice. Monument sent you 3 2021 Platinum Eagles in one of your batches last month. Wow, that's incredible, Christopher Reed. Man, you got some money to throw at platinum, that's for sure, man. I wish I could buy multiple 1 ounces each month. Maybe I'll get there one day in income, but not quite there yet. Hey, Metal Matt, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Thank you for being a loyal Gold Beast member. And I actually need to upgrade your status to moderator because you are a Gold Beast member and I have yet to do that. So let me see if I can figure that out for you. But thank you for joining us nonetheless, and thank you for being here, my good friend. Let's see, all that responsibility. Well, you earned it, my friend. You're a Gold Beast member. I got to make sure everyone that joins the premium membership gets that moderator status. Just because that's part of the perks you get when you upgrade to the premium membership. You know, so. But thank you again, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. Truly, truly do. All right. Let's see. Crystallized osmium is better than gold. Yeah, you think so, Niels Hahn, huh? It's interesting. The market's just got to get there on a retail side of things, really, for it to do something like that. All right. Have you seen those envelope snuffing videos where you save money? I may try that. What is envelope snuffing? We're in stocks. Thanks, Neil. What's going on, Joseph Lopez? Welcome to the live stream, Joseph Lopez. I greatly appreciate seeing you here, my friend. I really, really do. Hope you're doing well. No, let me look. Kids these days with the envelopes. Right, Metal Matt? Ain't that the truth, my friend? All right. We should have designed rings for my son and future daughter-in-laws with crystallized osmium on platinum rings. Man, that'd be incredible, Silver Glory Blues. Oh, what's going on, Steve, a.k.a. Fish? Welcome to the Platinum Beast Squad. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. I'm glad to see you here today. Glad you're able to make it to our live stream. Thank you so much for joining the Platinum Beast Squad, or rejoining, I think. I think you were a member way back, but thank you so very much for joining again. You are a great contributor and a loyal member and follower of my channel for quite some time, so thank you so much, Steve. And I love the content you've been putting out. I haven't gotten that much of a chance. I really rarely find myself with enough time to really sit down and watch YouTube videos, but I love what you're doing with all of your messaging and your scripture and all that good stuff, man. Keep doing God's work, my friend. Truly. Can't thank you enough for doing that. It's people like you that are making a difference in the world, so thank you. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Still need a 2024 110,000 coupe. Well, funny you should mention that, Steve. Y'all should be on the lookout for an upcoming video once I get some mail in, but it could be something like that on the way. So y'all definitely aren't going to want to miss that. And I definitely am looking forward to making that video once I receive my package from Mr. Orange and Purple. Because for some crazy reason, APMEX has decided to start sending me stuff in orange and purple rather than the good old USPS, but that's all right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. How about koalas? When are they coming? I know, right, Renstocks? I know it. We all been waiting on the new koala. We have yet to see anything out of Perth Mint that says they're going to actually put that out. But I don't know. I reckon we'll just have to wait and see. We will definitely just have to wait and see. All right, let's take another look at the poll here. How will the election impact precious metals? 35% say it won't. 25% says it's going to go up regardless. 15% says it's going to go down regardless. And 25% says depends on who wins. So we're getting kind of divided in the votes a little bit, which is kind of interesting to see. It seems like nobody's really got a general consensus on what they think may occur. It definitely will be interesting for sure to watch unfold and pan out and all that stuff. So we definitely want to be keeping a close eye on it. What is it? It's only about a month away, right? What, 30 days or something like that? Pretty incredible when you think about it. But realistically, the thing about it is, I kind of, if you ask me, I kind of think it won't. I'm starting to think it more and more it won't matter necessarily. Because I think unless it's, everyone looks at the president as if they are the biggest problem solver in the world. But realistically, at the end of the day, politics, at least in America, I reckon it's the same in most places, is nobody really is willing to work together anymore. It's kind of like been a thing of the past for quite a while. So even if your candidate wins the presidency, unless you win all the other elections that happen at the same time, nothing really gets done the way it's supposed to anyways. So I kind of put less faith in the election changing precious metals than I used to, perhaps. But I reckon it still could cause some things to happen. So I'm not full board on it, won't, but that would maybe be my vote if I was voting in the poll. Your real answer is you have no idea, Metal Matt. Yeah, and I believe that most people are in that kind of boat, right? Have no idea, because anything's possible. I reckon most people didn't think gold would do what it did over the past year or so. Most people just thought it'd, go up and down, up and down. They were probably hoping for what happened, but over time you get kind of discouraged by seeing just nothing but up and down and a very, very slow growth. But it did what it did, and people were surprised and blown away. And I tell you what, that channel 2 is 1, man, that dude, I'm sure he's real happy with his decisions. But yeah, koalas, I don't really know, Ren Stocks. I don't really know. I haven't heard anything. I know they put out the silver. Have they put out the gold yet? Let's take a look-see here on the Perth Mint's website. Have they put out the gold? Perhaps maybe the platinum was just to commemorate the last year of the Queen. I don't really know. Let's take a look-see here. What's new? Bullion. I'm taking a look here at the Perth Mint's website to see. I'm ready for the 24 gold koalas. Yeah, the gold would be nice too. I'd like that too. They gotta release that. I mean, that's just a given. But platinum's a little bit different in that they kind of test the market a little bit and see where it's going and what they think might be a good idea or not. Of course, my internet's running real slow. Hey, by the way, let's see. Is Steve still in here? Steve, aka Fish. How'd you fare Helene? How was it down there? My family up in the Carolinas got absolute tore up, their whole towns, but creeks and rivers and stuff, but nothing too bad. I'm just sick of getting political ads on TV. Oh my goodness, Zach Johnson, I think we're all in that same boat. I tell you what, I think we are absolutely all in that same boat. What's going on, Donald Omnidon? Welcome to the Platinum B Squad. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Wow, incredible. Thank you, my friend. I cannot thank you enough for that. That is super cool of you. And I just appreciate that so much. Being a channel member means a whole lot to me, especially when y'all join up and stuff like that. And that is just so cool. So thank you, Donald Omnidon. Thank you, my friend. My dad divorced me. Can you hook me up? Joe Mama, I'm not really sure what that comment was. I reckon it's probably just something silly you're saying, but I don't even know where to start with that one, my friend. I want $1 silver, $25 palladium, $50 gold, and $100 platinum, aka a restored dollar unit. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Shadow Work? That would be pretty nice, but I don't think we see that anytime soon, really. Let's see here, advanced settings. I gotta get Metal Matt into the moderator status. Let's see, permissions, manage permissions. Maybe that's it. Manage permissions. All right. Well, let's see here. All right. If you want to buy, gold is 100 per gram now. Wow, that's incredible. All right. Let's see. Primary owner. Darn it. I always forget how you change the. Let's see. Channel. Maybe it's under channel. See advanced settings. Promotions, advertisements, let's see, future, community. Maybe it's community. Let's see. Oh, yep, here we go. Standard moderators. All right, let's add Metal Matt Well, I reckon I'm gonna have to go and see. Let's see, Metal Matte. Go to channel. All right. Copy. Let's go ahead and add Metal Matte. Well, that didn't work. Let's see here. How do we want to add Metal Matte? More. Aha. Okay. So there we go. Copy. Maybe that'll work out a little better. Metal Matte. All right. Save. All right. We should be good, Metal Matte. Let's take a look. See here. You should be moderator status. If you drop a comment or what have you. All right. Let's get back into this chat a little bit. Can't stack gold is so much right now. No, I feel your Ren stocks. It hurts. It hurts buying gold, man. That 110,000, whew, it's tight. Budget is tight when I'm buying gold. I tell you what. Is there a specific ounce amount of platinum that would make you focus more on gold? Salivate stack was 28 ounces of platinum, I think. Not really, Christopher Reed. There's not really a specific amount when it comes to platinum or gold or silver. I'd like it to just be a specific, well, not even specific, but just an overall certain percentage of my portfolio. Now, that's going to ebb and flow depending on where the markets are and stuff like that, but I would like to always accumulate more, right? If I've got, and this is all hypothetical, but if I've got like $1 million in real estate and $1 million in exchange traded funds and $100,000 in savings, I want a certain amount of money in gold and platinum. Now, if I've got $100,000 in real estate, $10,000 in stock, $1,000 in savings, that percentage of gold is going to be the same, but it's going to be less gold overall according to my entire net worth and portfolio. Does that make sense? So as my overall net worth grows, so will grow my silver and platinum and gold stack, if that makes sense. I like the display today. Well, thank you, Mr. Zeems. I appreciate that, and thank you for being a loyal Platinum Beast member, and also thank you again for sending me this 1 gram of palladium. I will hold on to that forever, most likely, because that's just so cool that you sent me that. But thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a loyal follower, and thank you for joining our live stream today. I greatly appreciate that. Testing, LOL. Got the wrench. Woohoo! Yep, there you go, Metal Matte. You have the wrench. You are a moderator of the Platinum Beast channel for being a Gold Beast member. So thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you very, very much. And you've been a member for a good number of months now, so thank you for that. And thank you, Shadowwork, and all the members and followers and all that good stuff. Linking that question to the comment about 2 is 1 focusing on gold. Is there a specific? Yeah, 2 is 1 is almost exclusively in gold. And he was smart for doing that in the grand scheme of things and hindsight being 2020. But where we're at now, again, I don't hate gold. I still pick it up, albeit a lot less than I used to. And I'm still going to keep stacking it. Even if it is near its all-time high, I just think it's a smart thing to have. And I definitely don't have enough, in my own opinion. So, but yeah, like I mentioned, it's not necessarily a round number of ounces that I'd like to have. It's more so a percentage of my overall portfolio. So as I make money and as I invest, gold and silver and platinum will always be a part of that investment money, right? Real estate, stocks, savings, whatever. It all goes into an imaginary pie chart that I don't actually have planned out. It just exists. I may go back to my roots stocks. That wouldn't be such a bad approach, Ren stock. I mean, you can make a lot of money in stocks and dividends and stuff like that, for sure. Especially people your age, learning about that kind of stuff. That's solid stuff. You can always add bullion videos every once in a blue moon. I mean, it's still investing in my opinion, but having a channel about stocks isn't so bad either. Christopher, I will try to keep same phase value in platinum, silver, and gold. I would with palladium too if it had the same premium as platinum. Makes for easy accounting, but gold is definitely the most liquid. I agree with that, Shadowwork. I really do. Gold is the most liquid, right? You go anywhere and gold is going to be the number one thing people take. Then it'll be silver, and then you can probably liquidate your platinum if need be. It's not all that hard. It's not as hard as most people make it out to be. In general, what percentage of the precious metal stack, if someone had, say, 20 grand in precious metal total, would one have in dollar value of platinum? I mean, personally, I kind of like a three-way split, Silverboy Blues. That way you just have all your bases covered. As far as breaking down the $20,000 number, if I had just a pile of 20 grand to dump into precious metals, what would I do? I'd probably get 2 ounces of gold, 10 ounces of platinum. Well, no, I might get 3 ounces of gold, 10 ounces of platinum, and then dump the rest in silver maybe. That would be hard. I'd have to think about it a little bit more, but right off the top of my head, that's probably what I'd do. Yep, Mr. Zeems is the coolest, isn't he, Shadow Work? He's a great, great guy, and he shows great support for my channel, and he's just awesome. What's going on, Matthew Crust Life? Silver is cheap still. Yep, I agree with that comment for sure. 30 bucks an ounce ain't too bad. I'm waiting for a dip, though. I've seen it multiple times this year where it dips below 30 and I can get like a 10-ounce bar below $30 an ounce. That's what I really like silver to be at when I'm buying, so I ain't buying right now, but it's still cheap if you do want to buy it. Like out of the imaginary metal pie, what percentage in gold, what percentage in silver, what percentage in platinum? It's hypothetical. Anyone can answer. Yeah, well, like I said, I'd split it 3 ways probably. But yeah, other people probably have different opinions on the matter. You asked 2 is 1. He put it all in gold and maybe get a couple pieces of silver. You ask other people, it'd be a little different. I might even go so far as just to buy, like, well, yeah, just to dump a lot of it into platinum, a lot more than 333 or 3/3 into each. But yeah. That's the way it is. Then you can use dividends for platinum. Yeah, you can, Ren Stocks. You very well can. Platinum Beast do a dividend series growing for 0 to 150 a month. Very nice, Ren Stocks. That'll be a great little series to do, a dividend growing series. Yeah, 150 a month would buy you about a 10th ounce of platinum every month. And then after 12 months, you'd have 12 or 1.2 ounces of platinum, which would be insane. And your dividends will keep paying you forever, basically, essentially. So long as they're in an ETF or something similar. If they're in a single stock, you never know where that one stock's going to go. Now, something like Apple, obviously, is crazy. But even Apple's not immune to total destruction. I mean, NVIDIA comes out with a new phone and everyone wants it. They figure out a way to outdo Apple at being Apple. And it's all over for Apple, essentially. That's all it would really take, which seems easy in theory, but it's also been proven pretty difficult because there have been competitors, Google, Windows, Microsoft, all that stuff. Platinum goes up with Trump. Gold goes down with Trump. Palladium up with Trump. Rhodium up with Trump. Okay, I see where you're going with that a little bit, nickel stacking. And welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you were able to join us today. But I can understand where you're coming from with that, and I can see that definitely being perhaps the case. It's fun to talk about. Yeah, you had a good answer in my opinion. Well, thank you, Silverboy Blues. I appreciate that. Yep, Mr. Zeems popping back in saying thank you to Shadowwork. Yeah, thank you to Shadowwork. Shadowwork's a rock star when it comes to the Platinum Beast channel. If I had 20,000 that I had to spend on metals, it would be 70-30 gold platinum. No silver at all. I can get that anytime. That's actually not a bad way of looking at it, Metal Matt. You know, if you could dump 70-30 into gold, platinum, and then just slowly pick up silver over time. Silver is the easy one to pick up, right? Platinum and gold, you kind of got to save money a little bit, unless you just make a lot of money. You got to save, or you got to budget, or you got to manage. But silver is just dirt easy to pick up. So I like where you're going with that, Metal Matt. I really do. That's not a bad approach at all. 4,000 gold with Harris if the power that be allows it. Oh, yeah. I could probably see that too, Nickel, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's anybody's guess who really will win Matthew Life. It really is. I mean, the race is so tight that it really boils down to like one state. It's really just Pennsylvania. If y'all are being honest with yourselves, that's really all it boils down to. There's a few other swing states, Georgia, Arizona, they talk about a little bit. Michigan, Wisconsin, they talk about a little bit, but really it just boils down to Pennsylvania. That's really what it's going to come down to. Luckily, Pennsylvania's on the East Coast. However, that don't really mean jack squat. When you take a look at last election we had, it took them like weeks and weeks to dadgum certify that election in that state. Absolutely ridiculous. When you got states like Florida posting the results night of is just absolutely silly. I honk, the polls are cooked. Yeah, Matthew Life, I kind of quit believing in the polls way back in 2016 when they were just dead wrong. So it's really hard to believe in the polls these days, if I'm being honest. Gold for cash or gold for platinum or gold for silver or gold for nickel. Nickel wouldn't be a bad asset. That's what they use in electric cars. I know people don't think they're going to take off, and I'm probably one of them people. But I think they'll exist. So as long as they exist, we'll always need that nickel. And as long as nickel is a metal that the earth does not create over time, there will always be a limited supply, albeit way more than your typical gold, silver, platinum, that kind of thing. Biden tried to say he got record amount of votes. Yeah, that was kind of silly and kind of crazy when you think about it. I mean, I agree, Matthew Life, I do. It is kind of weird, if I'm being honest. But, it all just will work itself out, I reckon. I don't know what more could be done. I mean, we could talk about it all the day, but we'll just have to see how this one turns out. We definitely will. All right, we got 15 people watching the live stream and 17 likes, which is excellent. Thank you so much for everyone who hit the like button. We got more likes than people actually watching right now. That's super cool. Don't normally have that outcome, but if you haven't hit the like button and you are watching right now, do me that great solid favor. If you're on the computer, it's just down below. If you're on the cell phone, you just hold the screen, hit the like button, and it's really as simple as that. But thank you so much to everyone who's already done that. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm still, y'all let me know, do y'all like the kookaburras? Man, I love the kookaburras. I've got the 3 backdated ones here. And I plan on getting that new one here in the short-term future. So be on the lookout for that video. Should be coming out within the next week. I got a video coming out for y'all tomorrow that I think y'all are going to enjoy. And then the next one may or may not, most likely it will be, the one coin that's missing right here. It's should be a super epic pickup and a super epic unveiling, so y'all aren't going to want to miss that one for sure. Oh yeah, I love the kooks. Yep, I do too, Mr. Zeems. I do love them. I like them. I think I like them more than the koalas, if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people like the koala bears, and the koala bears are cool. I especially like these 2023 ones. They're super epic. But the kookaburras, man, that bird just sitting there perched, looking around and stuff. I really like that. And thank you, whoever's hitting that eyeball emoji. It's super funny. Super funny. All right, we got up to 19 likes. Super epic. We almost got 20. Thank you so much, everyone who hit the like button. Greatly appreciate that. I hate kooks, but I like platinum. Ren Stocks, that's funny, man. Hate kooks, but like platinum. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Ren Stocks. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'd do 50-50 gold, platinum, but only because I'm under 40. Closer you are to retirement, the more gold I buy to preserve your wealth. Yeah, I agree with that, Zach Johnson. I'm under 40 myself. I got a good little while until I'll be 40. So, yeah. But having gold in your later years is definitely much better, in my opinion, especially if you want to see your investment grow in the short term, right? Because you only have a short term when you're in your older years. As unfortunate as it is, nobody will live forever, and so you definitely got to think about that. So the strategy is going to be different depending on where you're at age-wise, for sure. And maybe I'll even make a video about that. That could be a good little topic to discuss and talk about. So maybe I'll make something like that. I've made them in the past before, but maybe I'll make one specifically talking about how it should look, or how I think it should look, depending on where you're at age-wise. Because that wouldn't be so bad, in my opinion. Nickel, you really think gold is topping, huh? Kangaroo, I would dig it. Ooh, yeah, a little platinum kangaroo. They really need to do something like that. That'd be kind of cool. A 1/10 ounce platinum kangaroo. Because they do the gold, don't they? So why not platinum? It is kind of odd they decided to do koala and kookaburra, but not the kangaroo yet. That's kind of strange, if I'm being honest. You'd think they'd do their standardized bullion coin first, but you know, you never know with the Perth Mint. I reckon they decide on certain things just depending. I will say that these are limited mintage, and the kangaroos typically are not, if I remember correctly. So with that being said, maybe they wanted to make this a little bit more collectible and collectors side of things to increase sales. Because when you do buy the platinum koalas and kookaburras and stuff like that, you are essentially buying a numismatic piece of bullion. These are limited mintage to 15,000 typically each year. And with that, you know, they're going to become harder and harder to find as time goes on. So it's definitely something to think about for sure. All right, I can't believe we've been going for 40 minutes so far. Super, super fun stream we've been having. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Truly, truly do. And we're going to keep it rocking and rolling here. We're not going to go anywhere. But time has flown pretty quickly by, if I'm being honest. All right. My fiduciary would say 80% in the market and 20% in metals, but that's his recommendation for everyone, just for a stacked. That's not a bad approach, I don't think, Shadow Work. That's pretty solid percentages. Very cool, Mr. Zeems. I'd do 30% gold, 30% platinum, and 30% stocks, 10% silver. That's not bad at either. That's not bad, Ren Stocks, especially for someone your age. You got plenty of time to see all three of them investments just make their way so long as you live a long and healthy life. My first stream was almost 2 hours. It was so fun. Yeah, I saw that, Ren Stocks. I'm super bummed I missed it. Man, YouTube is bad about notifying me of things. I tell you what, YouTube doesn't ever pop up on my phone like it used to. It used to pop up and say, oh yeah, so-and-so's going live, and I could just click it and go watch it and talk for a little bit. But now it's like I got to keep up with it, and man, my life is busier than you would ever know. That's why I haven't posted in what seems like a while. I reckon it's only been about a week and a half, but it's definitely been a couple weeks since we did a live stream, so that's something for sure. But yeah, glad to be back and glad to be here with y'all. Glad it wasn't too long. Definitely could have been longer. I've definitely proven that in my past history. I went like 2 years without posting anything. And then I came back and my channel just exploded. It's like there was a whole new generation of stackers born or something. Kind of cool, kind of interesting to see. What's going on, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker? Thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate both of y'all hopping in here. Hope y'all are doing well out there in Odessa. Hope everything's good with y'all. We are all good down here in Atlanta, but unfortunately, our neighbors to the south and our neighbors to the northeast have just been devastated by the hurricanes. So please, everybody be praying for all of them. And Florida's got another one coming here soon. It's like, oh my goodness. So prayers out to Florida and everybody down there feeling all the madness going on. Hope y'all stay safe and hope y'all are able to secure yourselves and your valuables and all that stuff. And hopefully this next storm maybe is blown out of proportion and just kind of dissipates quickly once it hits land. But you never know. What should I stream? Unboxings? Yeah, you could, Ren Stocks. You really could. Stream unboxings, that's for sure. That wouldn't be a bad approach. Let me take a look at your channel. It's been a little minute since I've taken an in-depth look at it. I'm kind of curious now that you mention it. Ren Stocks. So what'd you end up having to do to get YouTube to realize you aren't just like some little kid trying to live stream and stuff? You must have had to do something. I reckon you probably had to get in contact with whoever's in charge of that stuff. But I'm kind of curious how you did it, Red Stocks. Planned weather. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. West Stacker, that's true. That is very true. Let's see here. Ren Stocks. You got 432 subscribers. Very nice. Very nice. This video changed a lot. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool. I like the thumbnails you've been doing. They look pretty nice. Pretty solid for sure. It's crazy your shorts though. Some of them get a lot of views, some of them get almost none. That's just wild. That's for sure. YouTube is a finicky thing, I tell you what. It's difficult to figure out the algorithms and how they promote stuff. It's very odd. I did nothings. You just keep turning them on, they get a clue. Oh, I see. They shut it down, you bring it back up. They shut it down, you bring it back up. Baseball channel has 680 subscribers. Very nice, Ren Stocks. Very, very cool, my friend. Very cool indeed. Awesome, awesome stuff. Very cool stuff. My only real world stacking friend plays the markets with silver monster boxes. It's just wild to me, but it works out really well for him. Silver monster boxes, geez. How does he buy 500 ounces at a time? Goodness gracious, I can't even imagine that. Just dumping that much money. I feel like the government would be tracking that too. Because at this point, that's 15 grand in metals. The government definitely tracks transactions that high. It's got to be. I think. I mean, there's probably not mandated reporting, but that much money moving at once, that's a little suspicious if I'm being honest. Not that your friend's doing anything bad, but the government doesn't know your friend on a personal level. So the government just sees numbers and they see big numbers move and they're like, what's this about? I don't know that I'd be comfortable with all that. But hey, Shadowwork, you're up in, I know where you're at. How was the hurricane where you're at? Did you get hit much at all? I don't think it quite made it up that far east, but hope everything is well in your town. It definitely was down here in Atlanta. In fact, that day that it went out and destroyed Aiken and Asheville, I just went out driving in the city and nobody was out because everybody's work was canceled. So it was like a ghost town down here in Atlanta. I tell you what, it's kind of weird, but it was also kind of nice. It was peaceful, just driving around the city. Yeah, over 10,000, you're supposed to fill out tax papers, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that too, Mr. Zeems. I've heard that too. Y'all like Canadian junk silver? I love it. It's cheap. Yeah, it's a cheap way to stack, that's for sure, Ren Stocks, and it's kind of cool. I like it enough. It's kind of a cool little niche thing. I always have a hard time finding it that cheap, though. I know everyone says it's cheap, but every time I find it, it seems like it's real close to American junk, and I'm like, I'd probably rather just have the American stuff. But you can find some odd deals here and there for it, that's for sure, because it's much less desirable being 80% versus 90%, and it's also much less desirable being Canadian, and there's only so many Canadians that exist versus Americans. So I can see why it would appeal or have some appeal, so to speak. But it is very cheap and you can find it for good deals. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right. We've been going for about 48 minutes here. Super, super stoked about that. Solid live stream thus far, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love it, it's cheap. I bought about 320 Canadian BU, 80% silver dollars. It was under spot using a 3% reward card on eBay, bought from Liberty Coin. Nice stuff, very nice. Yeah, I love doing that 3% cash back, Mr. ZZ. I use the PayPal MasterCard to do it. But yeah, that 3%, it can't be beat, because when you really boil it down, like I'll let y'all know, I'll let y'all in on something. So I bought this 1/10 ounce gold koala, and let me do some checking here. All right. So right now, this gold koala, and the premium hasn't really changed. Spot price has, but the premium hasn't since I purchased it. But right now, the percentage of premium on this gold koala from Liberty Coin is roughly, we're looking at roughly just under 7% premium. So 6.9 or 6.97% premium on this gold koala if you want to buy it from Liberty Coin. But when you use a 3% cashback credit card, that's 3% right off the top. So that premium gets trickled down to just under 4% premium. So 4% premium on this little bad boy, you can't beat that at all. 4% premium is dang near nothing. That's quarter and half ounce premium. Now you could also say, oh, but you could just buy a quarter ounce and save even more premium. And you could. Let's take a look, actually. Quarter ounce on what the cheapest quarter ounces are right now. PayPal credit card is the best. eBay credit card gives 3%, but you have to spend it at eBay and not for coins or bullion due to money laundering regulations. Oh, wow. I didn't realize eBay had that clause because I was thinking about getting that card because they have a thing in there where you spend like $1,000 or something and they bump it up to 5%. But if you're telling me that you can't use it on coins or bullion, well, then that's just frustrating. So I'm glad I got the PayPal one because that one just 3% across the board anytime you use PayPal. So that 3% is real nice. Okay, so looking at eBay, quarter ounce Austrian Philharmonic, it looks like you can get at about 5.89% premium. So if I bought it with the PayPal credit card, it would drop it down to roughly 2.89%. So 2.89 versus 3.97, you're only saving about 1.2 or 1.2% premium. Buying a quarter ounce, might as well just stack these 1/10 ouncers and call it a day. I bought a quarter ounce Brit and a 1/10 ounce 2016 Mercury Dime gold coin. Very nice, Mr. West, Mr. and Mrs. West. I remember I got that Merc Dime way back in like 2020 for like $2.15. And boy, am I glad I bought it. Because you will not find that coin for the $2.15 is below spot at this point. So I've already made like $50 on that one. And that's without premium, right? I could probably go sell that now that some more time has passed and it's more harder to find for even more. It's got the government packaging and everything. But that I keep in my safe that is at an undisclosed location, not at my home. So if any of y'all were thinking about coming and taking all my stuff, it ain't even here. But anyways, that's super, super epic, Mr. and Mrs. West. Quarter ounce Brit is very nice. I think I saw a short you made about that or something. Very, very cool stuff. For sure. Both are Synchrony Bank credit cards. Yep, they are, ZZ. That is correct. Which is why I was planning on getting the eBay, thinking that it would probably approve me. One of the reasons why I got the PayPal, though, was because I think you were able to pre-approve or something like that. Or maybe it was one of them, apply, and if you get denied, we won't do a hard inquiry. So that's why I got the PayPal, but I'm glad I did in the end because I didn't know there was that clause on the eBay credit card. That's really kind of annoying. So I'll probably just skip the eBay one altogether because I don't shop enough on eBay other than bullion. Every once in a while I'll get like an auto part or something, but best is Costco with an executive membership. Use a 2% credit card like Wells Fargo, Active Cash, coupled with 2% year in rebate from Costco. I often bought silver and gold under spot. Oh yeah, if I had a Costco membership, I'd definitely do that. I just can't really justify the membership because I wouldn't use it really enough. And I have a Sam's Club membership that I use for my business that I also use on a personal level a little bit. And the amount of personal purchases I make at Sam's Club just can't really justify buying also the Costco membership. But I am jealous of people who do have the membership to Costco and are able to get those deals because them things are solid for sure. I wish I bought gold at any size throughout the year. If I did, might have been able to swap for a 1 ounce Eagle by now. My envelope can't keep up. Yeah. Don't we all, Shadow Work? Don't we all just wish we started the year out doing gold and then swapping to platinum? Because we'd be looking real pretty right about now. I tell you what. Mr. Zeems said, I wish I had a Costco near me. Yeah, Mr. Zeems. They're cool little places. I tell you what. And especially with the precious metals they've been putting out. I'm jealous. I do have Costco's down here in Atlanta. We got probably like one inside the perimeter and a few scattered right outside in the suburbs. But I just, personally, I can't justify the membership. I think it's what, $60, $70 a month? Not a month, a year. And then for me to make enough purchases, I just can't really get around to doing it, right? And a lot of people point to the gas aspect, but even that one inside the city, it's going to take me 20, 30 minutes to drive to that dang place, and driving for 20, 30 minutes there and back just to get gas, I don't know. I feel like I burned the amount I'd save anyways. Whereas Sam's Club, I often frequent because my business requires me to shop there. And so if I want to get some cheap gas while I'm there, I can, and it's like a business expense, right? I track those miles and stuff. So that's my sort of predicament. If I had like a whole family I'm feeding and stuff, it might make a little more sense if I was shopping a whole lot more, but I'm not. So maybe one day, who knows? I'm happy with what I get out of eBay and my rebates and stuff, that it works for me. Just for groceries, not even stacking. Yeah, Mr. Zeems. Well, do you have a Walmart or Walmart? Do you have a Sam's Club or a BJ's? Now BJ's is kind of hit or miss. I find they've kind of gone downhill a little bit as a company. I think some of their locations are all right, but some of them are like really poorly managed. But Sam's Club, I've never had a problem with them, and I've visited pretty much all the ones in the surrounding Atlanta area. So I've always had a decent time there. It's essentially the same quality you get out of Walmart, the employees and stuff. But Walmarts are typically fairly decently run, I think. I don't know. Sam's is about 45 minutes away at the closest near. Never heard of BJ's. Yeah, BJ's, you might want to look into BJ's because they like to plant themselves in more isolated rural areas where there aren't already Sam's Clubs and Costco's and stuff. So you might have one near you. Yeah, it's just called BJ's, like Warehouse Club or what have you. It's essentially the same thing as Sam's and Costco. If you do have one near you, I definitely suggest you going there and asking them for like a free day pass to just shop around and see what you find. Because like I said, some of them are really poorly run, but some of them are actually pretty decent. You have any coins with a cobra circling an Ingle? No, I do not, man, Sing. But welcome to the live stream, my friend. Glad to see you. But I don't have anything sort of resembling that kind of design. But that would be pretty cool to have. I reckon there's one out there somewhere that looks like that. 80% Canadian silver dollars are a simple weight, 0.6 on an ounce. 2 is 1 ounce. Well, that doesn't make sense, Renstock. Wouldn't 2 be 1.2 ounces? Not a whole ounce. It should be 1.2 ounces, right? But I do like that, 1.2, Matthew Crestline. I do like that rounded off number. That does make math a whole lot easier, Renstocks. If you got like a tube of 20, what do you got? You got 12 ounces of silver. So that's kind of cool when you think about it. He means 0.6 ounce per silver. Yeah, that's what I figured. But then he said 2 is an ounce. But 0.6 ounces. That is pretty cool that their silver dollars come out even. As an even number. How's it calculate for their dimes and nickels and stuff? Or no, not nickels, quarters. How's it come out for that, Renstocks? I reckon it'd be a division. So if $1 is 0.6, is a quarter 0.15? And then a dime would be 0.06? Is that how it works? In U.S. currency, it's a little different, though, because our silver dollars don't add up to $1 face value of junk. They're different weights, which I find kind of odd. If memory serves correct, I believe I'm right on that. Like 90% in 4 silver quarters isn't the same amount as a piece or Morgan dollar, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know. I'm confused now. Hey, Matthew Crestlight, welcome to the club, my friend. We're all confused. We're all just living this life trying to figure it all out. All right, we got 50 votes so far. Super, super awesome. We also got 22 likes on the channel, on the live stream. Thank you all for all the likes. I appreciate each and every one of you. We got 10 people watching right now. We've been streaming for about an hour. We might make it like an hour and a half stream. which I think is a pretty solid outcome so far. But thank you everyone who's joined thus far, and let's take a look at that poll. How will the election impact precious metals? All right, looks like we got the winner so far is depends who wins. All right, so a lot of people think it depends on who wins. We got 34% say it won't impact precious metals, so that's about a third. We got up regardless. That's about a quarter of the group. Only 8% think it's going to go down regardless. That's probably people who just popped in the live stream for a second, voted because they hate precious metals, and then left. So thank you, people like that. And then 36% said depends who wins. So again, that's an interesting question to ask, right? Because the answers are so wide. It's not a one-sided answer. So it definitely will be interesting to watch and see the outcome and see what happens. Ultimately, anything's possible, but we'll just have to wait and see what ends up happening in the long haul. But it will be interesting, and we only got about 30 days until it happens, so y'all be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep stacking because I don't really care which one of these outcomes happens. I believe in stacking, and so I'm going to keep on doing it until I can't do it no more. But yep, thank you, Shadow. Okay, so Shadow answered my question. 140 in constitutional makes an ounce. Well, I know that, Shadow Work, but I'm pretty sure I think the math is this, all right? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I think 4 silver quarters equals 0.715 ounces of silver. And then 1 peace dollar, I believe, is 0.734 ounces of silver. Isn't that how it works? I believe I'm correct on that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. 125 is an ounce, I think. Yeah, 140 in constitutional makes an ounce. Shadow Work is correct on that one. Keep it going. All right, Metal Matt, I will. I am going to keep this stream going and keep it popping up in here. 35 to 67 are silver for dollars. Is that 80% Ren stocks? Because they also made some commemorative 50%, but I reckon that was only in the late 60s, if my memory serves correct. But that's also interesting that Canada decided to keep silver dollars fluctuating way past America. I reckon they just found more value. At the end of the day, their dollar is worth less than ours, so on a transitional scale. So it would make sense that the dollars would stick around maybe a little longer. I like junk silver. I do too, Matthew Crustlife. I do too. I've been on a Merc binge lately. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Mr. Zeems. I love Mercs. I love them, love them, love them. I really do. They're cool little dimes. I love the design. It's very much like a peace dollar, and I've always been a fan of the peace dollar over the Morgan. So Mercs are solid. Solid, solid stuff. I paid $38 for $1.60 in junk at LCS today, 3 Kennedy and a Rosie. Well, there you go, Matthew Crustlife. Nothing wrong with that. Congratulations on your pickup and adding to the stack. Solid choices, too. Nice little variety you got there. That's pretty cool stuff, my friend. Pretty cool stuff. I always find these live streams at 6 o'clock interesting because the sun is starting to set over here on the East Coast. And so you watch as the lighting gets dimmer and dimmer as the live stream goes on. We'll probably make our next live stream another screencast. That was kind of fun when we did that one time. I still haven't mastered the art of using the program you need for that, but it worked out well enough. Keep an eye out for modern commemorative silver dollars. They come in capsules a lot of times with COA and junk silver price. Yeah, I've seen that, Shadow Work, and I'll share y'all a link for a solid deal. I haven't picked up any myself yet, but it has piqued my interest. Let me see if it's still on sale. Over there at Golden Eagle Coin, they've had that deal going on for the longest time. As long as I can remember, really. Let's see if yep, they do still have it. All right, so y'all take a look at this. This is solid, I think, pretty solid overall. Just right off the bat, I'm sure you might be able to find some better deals somewhere else, but y'all check that out. It's pretty cool stuff. You never know what you're going to get, and I'm a big believer in that these will become more collectible at some point in the future. When the next generation of stackers reaches an age where they like to collect and stack, these will be cool because they will have been made outside of their lifetime. And that is what adds a lot of the coolness factor, I believe, to certain coins. Pieces and Morgans are mainly stacked by people who were not alive when Pieces and Morgans were even made, right? There's very few people that age that are still around anymore anyways. So that's why I think a lot of people get attracted to that kind of thing. Whereas junk silver, it's a little bit more recent with the quarters and the dimes. So those always go for lower premiums because people remember just keeping those, and maybe they did keep them themselves when they started to be taken out of circulation. Silver is on sale. I agree, Matthew Crestlife. I do. Now that I'm off midnight for 3 months, I can enjoy the stream from the couch and be a little more engaging. Well, there you go, Mr. Zeems. That's real nice. Glad you're able to join us for sure. I definitely have seen you in a lot more streams that we've been doing, which is real nice. It's always nice to see you. Join our live streams and chat and chit chat and talk back and forth and just hang out and have a good old time. That's for sure. Silver Dragon's website has a Canadian junk silver guy. It's a little tricky. Okay, I'll have to check that one out, ZZ. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the info. That's for sure. Only have one piece and one Morgan just to say I have one. Yeah, Mr. Zeems, all mine are. Well, actually, that's not true. I've got probably 2 or 3 MS64 piece dollars that I bought way back in the day and just never sold. And then I've got probably about 10 to 12 junk Morgan pieces. I don't know how many each. Probably 2 or 3 Morgans and maybe 8 or 9 pieces that are just junk silver, so to speak. But yeah, I don't stack them too much because they do have some pretty hefty premiums attached to them. I'm always intrigued by them, but these days I'm trying to stick to stacking more weight than collectible stuff. I got caught up in that back in the early days of my stacking, and I've tried to move away from that as much as I possibly can. Piece dollars got premiums I ain't into. Yep, I agree with that, Matthew Crestlife. I agree. Especially since they've started to be 100-year-old coins. I made a video long ago talking about how when we hit 2021 and Peace Dollar became 100 years old and the Morgan Dollar, all of them became 100 years old, including the 1921, that they would go up in value and collectability. And they really did. Now, maybe that's an economic thing. Maybe that's a changing of trends thing. But I think that had a bit to do with it, if I'm being honest. But that's just my take. I got 2 piece dollars, but a lot of half dollars, quarters, and dimes. Moving away from half dollars. I noticed he's changing. He's charging a few pennies more. Yeah, my LCSs around here in Atlanta, they like to charge a little bit more for the halves too. They're definitely more popular and more desirable, so it makes a decent amount of sense. Nobody wants Rosies and Washingtons. But silver is silver at the end of the day, and we are stacking, right? So stack away. Stack away. Man, that sunshine really got down pretty quick. I got a few 100 boxes of nickels that have more, but Wells Fargo won't let me anymore. I'm limited to $20 a visit. Wells Fargo got upset with you. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. That copper and them nickels will serve you well in the future. I guarantee it. I know it'll happen. For sure, for sure. It will. It's only a matter of time. 0% premium on nickel and copper. Yep, that's true. That's true, Shadow Work. Very, very true. I need to do that myself, if I'm being honest. I really do. Just buy bags of nickels. Shadow, I got some too. Yep. Yep. Stack them nickels while you can. Stack them things up. I always like checking the pennies, finding the copper pennies. That's always fun, but them are becoming more and more rare as the days go on. That's for sure. Not a lot, but a box in a jar of pre-80 pennies. Very nice. 84. It's actually 80. I thought it was, I'm pretty sure it's 82, isn't it? I think it's 82, Matthew Crestlife. That the pennies were copper. if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 84. Was it 84? I can't really remember. All right. We still got 50 votes in the chat or in the poll, so we probably just maxed out our viability on the poll votes. But nonetheless, thank you everyone who participated in the poll. I appreciate that. Always like seeing what y'all think about certain things and stuff like that. I try to make the questions a little interesting, but sometimes they have good outcomes, sometimes they don't. But this one seems to be pretty popular. So thank you everyone who voted. 84. Oh, okay, so it's 1984. Gotcha. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. For sure. That's just funny. I just save all my change. Well, I run a business, a side business that deals in a lot of change and coins and stuff. So I'm kind of right there with you, if I'm being honest. I am kind of right there with you. I got bags of quarters and dimes and nickels galore. All right, Shadowware, that's funny. I just save all my change. Yep. That is funny, isn't it? I know banks don't like when people buy up all their change because then they got to order more, or they know you're coming back to dump it if you're like a coin roll hunter. But I mean, who cares at the end of the day, right? They're keeping our money and making money off of us. The least they could do is provide a little service, I think. I want to put up signs all over town. Cash for coins, $12 a pound, unsorted. That'd be pretty funny, Shadowwork. That'd be pretty funny. I don't know if you answered my question, though, I asked earlier. You might have, and I might have just missed it. But did Helene affect you at all? Were you affected by that? Oh, fortunately, we got super lucky. Didn't even lose power. I feel terrible for people in the hills. Okay, I saw your comment. Yeah, I feel terrible for them, too, man. I got family over there in Asheville. And, man, I tell you what, I was calling them up. I was like, hey, are y'all doing all right? Blah, blah, blah. And they seem to be doing all right, but they were telling me the whole town of Asheville is just all tore up. I mean, it's bad. It's real bad out there. So my heart weighs heavy for the people of Asheville and the people of Augusta, Aiken area too. That place got tore to bits. My family, I had one family member, they still don't have power up there in Asheville. The other one does in Asheville. But they were without it for at least a few days. And then over in Aiken, Augusta area, they were without power for like a week and a half. So it's been rough. I know it's been rough in both them areas. That's for sure. But I'm glad you were safe, Shadowwork. I'm glad you didn't get hit too bad. We didn't get hit too bad down here in Atlanta either. I didn't even lose power, believe it or not. And I've lost power for way less. So luckily that hurricane just kind of veered to the east a little bit and completely avoided this town. But goodness gracious, if it tore a hole in Atlanta, the whole economy and everything would be in a mess, an absolute mess. I mean, if you shut down the world's busiest airport, you're going to cause problems. And that's exactly what would have happened. So praise God, it did not actually make it up here. God was like, I don't know about all that, and just waved his hand and it blew off to the east. That's the way I like to look at it, at least. Peeps are all good, thankfully. That's good to hear, Shadowwork. That definitely is good to hear. For sure, for sure. All right, we just crossed over the 75-minute mark. like I mentioned earlier, we'll make it an hour and a half long stream. We'll cut it off, but we'll keep it rolling for another 15 minutes. Once again, I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming by and watching the live stream and hanging out with me. If it weren't for y'all, I probably wouldn't even be doing this thing. So thank you so much to everyone, truly. Especially my loyal moderators and members and all that good stuff. Y'all are what keeps my channel going, I tell you what. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's good to hear all your friends and family were all good. Shadow work. Definitely glad to hear that, my friend. Because it was crazy, crazy times. I emailed you after I heard about chemical fire outside Atlanta. Didn't even realize you had the hurricane to worry about too. Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to. They were telling everybody it's coming to Atlanta, y'all. Like, it ain't gonna be good. And I was up late that night because it was just pouring and pouring. I was out driving the day before it came through Georgia, and it was just pouring rain everywhere. Streets all flooded out. I mean, surprisingly, I've told y'all before, I drive a giant jacked up truck, and I was out there driving, and I tell you what, that truck handles real well in the weather, but everybody in the city, it seems like, drives a Hellcat. So I'm sitting behind Hellcats everywhere, and they're just sliding all over the place in the wet roads. And it was just crazy being out the day before. But all night, the hurricane was coming through Georgia. I watched it on the radar as it hit Valdosta, and I was like, well, rest in peace, Valdosta. I feel bad for y'all down there. And it projected where it was going to go, and I watched it as the hours went by, that they kept moving the projection over. At first, it was supposed to be Atlanta. Then it was supposed to hit like Madison, maybe. Not Atlanta, but just to the east a little bit. And then they projected it was just going to go straight head on for Augusta. And that's exactly what it did. So I was definitely a little bit concerned about it. I had called up my family and friends in the city. I told them, hey, if y'all need anything, just let me know. And we just kind of weathered it out. But luckily, the city, all it did was get a little wet. Some of our creeks flooded over, but nothing major at all. And most businesses were open that very next day. So they did cancel school for a day or two, and a lot of businesses shut down. But luckily, we escaped most of it. But the chemical fire, I don't think that was as big a deal as like it seemed like in the media. I mean, I did hear about that, but that didn't really cause too many issues, so to speak. I had some coworkers affected in East Tennessee and Douglas, Georgia, I think, but no injuries. Yeah, East Tennessee got hit quite a bit. It seems like the hurricane came from the Gulf, went to Augusta, and then moved back over to the west to absolutely maul Asheville and go all the way up to Knoxville, really. So my family in Asheville were telling me people can't even get out to that city because all the interstates are just blown to bits. So from Columbia to Knoxville, I think all the major roads and interstates were just all tore up. And it really made it difficult for people to get out there to Asheville. Now, I know a route you can take from Atlanta to get up there, but it definitely would take you a little bit more time, but you'd have to go back roads through the far east, North Carolina, and that's why I was really worried about them. But I've been in constant contact with my family up there, and they seem to be doing all right, but they just said the town is all tore up, unfortunately. But that's good to hear, Mr. Zeems, that none of your friends or coworkers or what have you were injured or anything. I've heard, that's another thing, I've heard there's been a massive amount of people missing or just outright their lives were taken because of this hurricane. And I'm telling you, I mean, I don't blame the weather forecasters. I know hurricanes are the most unpredictable thing on the planet Earth. Sometimes they'll say Katrina's coming, and then it's just a light rain shower. So it's impossible to predict these things, but I really feel for the people in the North Carolina mountains because you never expect a hurricane to make it out there. And the same thing with Augusta. You hear a hurricane starting in the Gulf, you're like, that won't come to me. And boy, did it. That's incredible. I'll say this, though. What surprised me about that hurricane was, what was pretty surprising about it, I think, was the fact that a hurricane started in the Gulf and made it all the way that far north and all over the place is pretty amazing. because hurricanes usually break up once they go over land because they can't draw on the water that feeds them, right? They can't draw. That's what strengthens them. You see it start out in the ocean and it builds and builds and builds, and then it goes over land and it dies and dies and dies. But this thing just didn't want to die. It was moving at a record pace and it was on the warpath. So that was really, truly kind of amazing to see. Not good, but just amazing that it could withstand being over land for such a long time and such a long distance. You almost never hear of a hurricane traveling that far inland, which is crazy to think about. So that's another thing. I'm sure a lot of people over there in Asheville didn't have flood insurance, didn't have hurricane insurance, because who ever thinks about that happening there? So I know it's been rough up there. I know it really has. But anyways, and no FEMA aid for them is what it's looking like. Yeah, FEMA's turning out to be kind of a joke, if I'm being honest. No offense to anybody that works for FEMA or what have you, but I'll tell you what, them people are struggling up there and they ain't got no help from nobody. It's been eye-opening, to say the least. That's for sure. Eye-opening, to say the least. All right. But yeah. Crazy, crazy stuff. It is sad. It is. It really is, Mr. Zeems. It is really sad. For sure. Because a lot of people lost their whole lives. They lost their work truck. They lost their business. They lost their home. They lost everything. Even family members, too. I mean, all the businesses and trucks and everything, that can all be replaced. But when you start to lose actual family members, that's where it's not fun for anybody, no matter who you are, if I'm being honest. But, you know, you just got to keep on moving forward, I reckon. Because that's about all you can do. All right. Well, this has been a good stream, y'all. I appreciate, once again, each and every one of y'all for showing up, hanging out with me, spending time with me on this lowly Monday afternoon or evening. I've been watching rescue videos, and it's cool how helipilots have been coming together. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. That is pretty cool, especially up in them mountains, up in Asheville. It's hard to get to some places up there, you know. If you living on the side of a mountain and your whole house is blown away and you're trapped, and the roads, people don't realize, but them roads going through the mountains, them things ain't easy to navigate even when there isn't any natural disaster. But you got trees and rocks and all kinds of stuff falling all over the roads, blocking everything. Them people are out of luck. So helicopters really come in real handy for situations like that, for rescues and getting people out, especially if you got elderly people who need medicine or doctors or what have you, or any kind of situation like that. And especially emergency medical situations. Maybe you're not even elderly, but you're having like a heart attack or a stroke or something, or you've run out of medicine that you normally take that's like life-saving or what have you. It can be real difficult. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, let's take a look, see here. Still just 50 votes in the poll. Not too much has changed there. But I think it was a good outcome anyways on the poll. But yeah, hopefully we'll hear some good news coming out of them Carolinas in the coming weeks. Hopefully people can come together and start to rebuild and recover and stuff like that. I don't know how to be notified of your live stream. I just happen to see them in the YouTube pick list. YouTube subscribe notifications set to all. Yeah, I think YouTube's really dropping the ball on that, if I'm being honest. ZZ. Because I've got the same thing set up for other people, but I don't get the notifications like I'm supposed to. I don't really know what it is. But it's really kind of annoying, right? Because you really want to get notified when certain things are going live so you can hop in and just say hello. And people tell me all the time, they're like, hey, I'm going live. And it's like, all right, cool, I'll be notified. And then I go do something and then forget about it and my phone doesn't notify me. So I don't know what it is, but All I can say is really, you know, a lot of the time for me, a lot of my live streams take place on Monday afternoons like this. So if you're trying to keep somewhat tabs on me, maybe just take a look every Monday, because we don't quite make every Monday, and sometimes the day does change. But Mondays are typically my days. I have enough time in the evenings to really sit down and do a live stream for y'all. It's also when I do a lot of the recordings of the videos that I post, which I got a video coming out tomorrow that I recorded just before doing this live stream. So be on the lookout for that one. But yeah, I don't know what more to tell you on that. YouTube needs to get their stuff together. I want to live on a yacht that's parked on land far from any coast or lake. Well, that'd be interesting, Shadow Work. And hey, you'd actually that'd actually not be a bad idea if I'm being honest. You'd be set, right? Because if it flooded, you just sail away into the distance. I always find it funny when people are like kayaking in the city and stuff, when some of these creeks and stuff overflow. They're just like kayaking around. Absolutely nuts. Crazy, crazy stuff. That's pretty funny, actually. There's Niels Hahn back in the live stream saying, buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Yes, sir. Buy all the metals. Buy, never sell. Just say no to water. Yeah, just say no to water. That's true, ZZ. That is very true. Niels Hahn with the white and brown thumbs. Yep, everybody hit that like button for me. Wow, we got 24 likes. That's incredible. That's real solid outcome. Thank you so much, everybody, for hitting that like button. I greatly appreciate that. I really do. And I hope all of y'all are having a good evening and a good afternoon, wherever you may be. I think we've had a good turnout so far on this live stream. We've been rocking and rolling for about 87 minutes here, so we'll probably wrap it up here in the last couple minutes. But once again, I just want to shout out Shadow Work, Zach Johnson, Mr. Zeems, Metal Matt, all of my loyal members, Steve aka Fish, who joined the live stream, and also those who joined the membership on this video. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it so very much. I really do. And I can't thank y'all enough for that. So thank you truly for the support y'all put into my channel. Like I've mentioned multiple times now, I wouldn't be here without y'all doing what y'all do best. So thank you and keep it up. And thank you for everyone who just simply joins the channel, whether you just join, hit the like button, whether you just pop in for a minute or two. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for all the input and the commentary that y'all put into my channel. It really helps me grow, gives me good ideas and stuff like that. So can't thank y'all enough for that. Money well spent, said Mr. Zeems. Well, thank you, Mr. Zeems. That means a whole lot to me. Really, that you would even just say that, more so than even the giving part, is just that you would say money well spent. It means a whole lot to me, my friend. It really does. It really does. Truly, I mean that. All right, Metal Matt with the like, share, subscribe, and become a member. Yep, been a member for 8 months. Wow, Metal Matt. Thank you so much for that 8-month-long membership. That's incredible. I believe you and everybody else who's a member will most likely make it to a full year. And who knows, maybe we'll do something big on the full year of memberships for all y'all. Because y'all are what keeps me going. I tell you what, it really does. Y'all are what keeps me going on the Platinum Beast channel, and I can't thank y'all enough for all the support y'all show and contribute to my channel. It means greatly a whole bunch. So thank you. But we are rounding out the... All right, wow, Metal Matt with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Metal Matt. You did not have to do that, my friend. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you even did that. That means just... That's incredible. Thank you so much, Metal Matt. for the super chat, for being a member, all that good stuff. I can't thank you enough, my friend. I was going to close it out, but then you super chatted, so I definitely got to shout you out. Everyone should definitely check out Metal Matt. You know, he's a great guy. I don't think, you don't post stuff, right, Metal Matt? Because I love to support the channels that support me, but you don't actually post any videos, unfortunately. But regardless, everyone, Metal Matt is a rock star of a channel member, and everyone should show him love regardless. So thank you, Metal Matt, for that $2 and for being a member and being a supporter and just moderator and all that good stuff. I can't thank you enough. And I can't thank all of y'all enough for all of the contributing you do to my channel. Y'all are what keeps me going, and y'all are why I do this as much as I possibly can. So thank you once again. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because we are closing out the hour-and-a-half long stream. I told y'all I'd do an hour and a half, and that's what we have hit at this point. So thank you once again, everyone, all the members, moderators, subscribers, likers, commenters. All of y'all are what keeps me going, and I can't thank y'all enough for that. So be on the lookout for my future live streams. I got a video coming out tomorrow y'all aren't going to want to miss, so make sure you got the notifications on. I know YouTube's really not doing a good job with that, but maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get a pop-up on your phone or computer or what have you that the video is posting. For the Gold Beast members, y'all get the video right now because it's already been posted. It just isn't scheduled to release, but y'all get to watch it a little earlier than most people. So go over there and just check out that video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as always. And thank you once again. We'll be doing probably another live stream next Monday as long as everything goes well. So be on the lookout for that. And just a little tip to be on time or whatever. If you are one of those people who likes to pop in when I am live, I'll probably be doing another one next Monday. We'll try our best to make it happen. But with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you once again. And with all that being said, until next time, we'll see all of y'all.